Have you ever met someone who was intelligent, but still failed again and again? Someone with talent, someone with experience, someone who had every advantage, but they refused to listen. They believed, I already know enough. And that sentence became the beginning of their downfall. Because the most dangerous person is not the person who knows nothing. It is the person who believes they already know everything. Thousands of years ago, an old story revealed a painful truth. A closed mind can destroy even the most talented person. Long ago, there was a famous craftsman who built bridges across the kingdom. People admired him. His bridges were strong, beautiful, almost impossible to destroy. For decades, he was considered the greatest bridge builder of his generation. Kings trusted him. Merchants depended on him. Young craftsmen came from far away to learn from him. But success slowly changed him. When he was young, he asked many questions. He studied new methods. He listened to other people's opinions. He believed, everyone can teach me something. But after becoming famous, his attitude changed. He started saying, I have built more bridges than anyone else. I understand this better than anyone. Young people cannot teach me anything. One day, a young engineer visited him. The young man studied one of the master's newest bridge designs. After examining it carefully, he said, Your design is impressive, but I think there may be a weakness in the foundation. The old craftsman smiled, a little arrogantly. Young man, I built bridges before you were born. You should spend more time learning before giving advice. The young engineer did not argue. He simply said, I hope I am wrong. Years passed. The bridge became famous. People praised the craftsman's achievement. But secretly, some workers noticed problems. Small cracks began appearing. The foundation was weaker than expected. Several people warned the craftsman, but he refused to accept their concerns. He believed, people are criticizing me because they do not understand my greatness. Then one day, after a powerful storm, the bridge collapsed. Fortunately, nobody was seriously hurt. But the kingdom lost one of its most important connections. The old craftsman stood there silently, looking at the bridge he created, and he finally understood. The bridge did not collapse because he lacked skill. It collapsed because he stopped learning. This story is not about bridge building. It is about something much more common. The human fear of admitting, I might be wrong. Nobody likes being wrong. Because being wrong feels like losing. It challenges our identity, our pride, our image of ourselves. So many people choose something easier. They protect their beliefs instead of improving themselves. A beginner often learns faster than an expert. Why? Because beginners are curious. They ask questions. They accept mistakes. But experts sometimes become trapped by their own success. Their past achievements become a prison. They think, because I succeeded before, my old methods must always be correct. But the world changes. And people who refuse to change eventually fall behind. Look at companies that once dominated their industries. Many successful companies did not fail because they lacked intelligence. They failed because they stopped listening. They believed, our customers will always want this. Our competitors cannot challenge us. Our old success will continue forever. But the world moved forward. New technology appeared. Customer needs changed, and companies that refused to adapt disappeared. This happens to individuals too. Imagine someone who has worked in the same industry for 20 years. They have experience, they have knowledge, but they refuse to learn new skills. They say, these new tools are unnecessary. This new generation does not understand how things work. Years later, they discover experience is valuable. But experience without learning becomes outdated. The same thing happens in relationships. Sometimes people do not listen to their partners. They say, I know what you are thinking. I know why you are upset. They stop asking questions. They stop understanding. Eventually, they lose the relationship they thought they understood. Lesson 1. Stay student forever. The moment you believe you have nothing left to learn, you begin declining. The best people in any field remain curious. They keep asking, what am I missing? What can I improve? Lesson 2. Separate criticism from attack. Not every person who disagrees with you is against you. Sometimes the person who challenges you is the person helping you grow. A wise person looks for truth, not only approval. Lesson 3. Your past success is not a guarantee of future success. What made you successful yesterday may not be enough tomorrow. The world rewards people who adapt, not people who simply repeat the past. The old craftsman spent his life building bridges, but the most important bridge he failed to build was the bridge between himself and new ideas, because knowledge without humility becomes arrogance. Experience without curiosity becomes limitation. And intelligence without openness becomes a weakness. The world does not belong to the people who know everything. It belongs to the people who are willing to keep learning. Welcome to Human Nature Chronicles. Here, we explore ancient stories, human psychology, and timeless lessons from history. Because every story from the past reveals something about who we are today. If this story gave you a new perspective, consider subscribing. Every week, we explore another story about human nature, wisdom, and the choices that shape our lives. Thank you for watching. Remember, the smartest person is not the one who knows the most. It is the one who never stops learning.